Submerge yourself into a moment in history when every detail mattered, and honestly, ingenuity was a lifeline. During the height of World War II, ordinary homes in cities under threat developed creative, low-cost methods to fortify their spaces. Today, one of these overlooked techniques has resurfaced as a surprisingly effective deterrent against modern burglars. Before we dive into the details, make sure to subscribe to After the Sirens and, leave a comment with your thoughts or experiences applying historical security techniques. For serious history buffs and survivalist enthusiasts, this guide reveals actionable insights that could change the way you approach home safety. During air raids and times of heightened threat, civilians needed to secure their homes quickly, often with little access to professional locksmiths or reinforced materials. One particularly clever approach involved the way windows were reinforced. Instead of relying on bulky modern locks or alarms, people adapted the existing structure of their windows. They used simple wooden dowels, metal rods, or even improvised metal fastenings inserted into the window frame in ways that made the opening almost impossible from the outside. What made this trick unique was the subtlety and intelligence behind it. The reinforcement wasn't obvious to an intruder, and it didn't require expensive tools or materials. Modern burglars, trained to bypass typical locks and alarms, are often unaware of these structural secrets, making them an effective passive defense. Most contemporary security measures focus on technology, cameras, sensors, alarms. While these tools are essential, they have one critical weakness: predictability. Burglars know to look for common points of entry, such as deadbolts or sliding locks. The World War II method exploits an entirely different vulnerability: the physical mechanics of the window itself. By inserting rods or wedges in hidden tracks or corners of the frame, you create a defense that cannot be bypassed without physically dismantling the structure. Unlike alarms that can be ignored or cut, these structural measures are immediate and passive. All right, let's dive into some practical steps to apply this World War II technique in your home today. First up, you need to identify the windows most at risk. These are usually on the ground floor or those easily accessible upper floors. Next, take a good look at the window frame. You want to locate where a rod or dowel could be placed to prevent the sash from sliding or lifting. Now, modern materials such as steel rods or reinforced aluminum can replace wood for added durability, which is quite handy. Insert the rod diagonally or horizontally within the frame so that it blocks the opening without being visible from the outside. This method is particularly effective on double-hung windows, where sliding or tilting mechanisms can be exploited by burglars. Now, for sliding windows or patio doors, you can replicate the same principle by inserting a metal rod into the track. While many folks simply lock these doors with the built-in latch, the World War II-inspired reinforcement prevents lifting the door entirely. For a bit of additional security, you might want to pair this method with subtle modern measures, such as motion-sensitive lighting, to further dissuade intruders. During the Second World War, these window reinforcements weren't just theoretical. They genuinely saved homes, protected families, and preserved possessions when, honestly, the stakes were unimaginably high. Today, they offer a blueprint for low-cost, high-impact security. History shows us that innovation really thrives under pressure, And, quite often, civilian ingenuity outpaces professional solutions when it comes to practical application. Survivalists and historians alike can benefit from understanding not just the method, but also the thinking behind it. Consider a family living in an urban environment where burglary rates are, pretty high. Installing visible locks may not be enough. By adopting this World War II technique, homeowners can reinforce every vulnerable window without making the place look like a fortress. Even rental properties can benefit. Using temporary but secure dowels or rods means the method is reversible and non-destructive. Campers or off-grid dwellers can also use portable versions of this trick to secure cabins or temporary shelters. The versatility of the approach really demonstrates why it has endured through the decades. Understanding historical security methods is about more than just home safety. It provides insight into the resourcefulness of people living under really extreme conditions. By studying and applying these methods, history enthusiasts gain a deeper appreciation of wartime ingenuity. Survivalists, on the other hand, gain practical tools that don't rely on electronics or modern infrastructure, which, as we know, can fail in emergencies. In short, this is actionable history, knowledge that directly improves real-world safety while preserving historical integrity. This forgotten World War II window trick represents a fusion of history and practicality. It's a reminder that some of the most effective solutions are hidden in plain sight, just waiting for those willing to study the past. Incorporating these techniques requires minimal investment, respects historical ingenuity, and offers a tangible improvement in safety. For serious enthusiasts and survivalists, exploring these historical hacks provides both intellectual satisfaction and practical benefits. It's a rare instance where studying the past doesn't just enlighten, it actually protects. Remember to subscribe to After the Sirens for more in-depth historical insights and survival strategies. Share this video with friends and fellow enthusiasts who are passionate about history, and leave a comment with your thoughts or experiences using World War II techniques in modern life.